Teaquilts, and I am going to put you all on mute. And I accidentally hit start like 8 minutes early, so I'm going to go finish getting set up, and I'll be right back. Hi guys. Sorry, I accidentally hit the button while I was putting the. I didn't even touch the part of the screen where I should have touched. So apparently my iPad is sensitive. So we went live early today. Hadn't even gotten water. I didn't even fill the whole cup up. Just say we'll take what I have. So pull you all up on this phone, I guess. See if this one works out today. And I may as well plug it in so it will be working. Trying to make sure my screen isn't cloudy. Let me get into chat and see what it looks like. Lots of people are in here tonight. Let's see. I guess it looks clear. I'm thinking it looks okay. It looks okay to you guys? Let me turn it. Yeah, it looks fine. I thought it was cloudy, but it looks fine. And chat. And I'm going to put that on pause. I don't need that running. So, let me move this over. All right. So I'll try to remember to go and delete this first 8 minutes or the few minutes that we've been sitting here waiting. We're a couple minutes before 8 p.m. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the live chat. It is Saturday, July 16th, 2022. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here for so-called live and chat, but we are going to start out with some stuff that I got after I did the live chat with Kevin today. We went to a lady who was selling some stuff for charity, and I got a few things and just thought that I would share those with you guys. So I'm going to start reading who's here. And I didn't get a whole lot, but I did get some stuff. So just wanted to share those. Guess who Nancy is here? Kim Burris. I guess I can't see all the comments. That's as far back as I can go. Ingrid Bowers. Kim Burris. Someone with Luane is asking, Kevin, did she leave you with any cake? Kevin did get a real slice of cake. He cut himself. He did not want any cake left at his house because he wasn't supposed to have it in the first place. So I did bring home cake, and I'm going to take some to my mom tomorrow after church. I didn't have time to do that today. June Hansen is here. Scotty Huggis says, finally received a notification from YouTube. I'm early. Hi, T and quilting friends. So that's awesome. Welcome. Guess who Nancy is reminding people to give a thumbs up. So thank you so much. Linda Faust says, hello, T and everyone. Sandy Agger, I'm back too. Hey, everyone. Vivian Calvi saying hi, T and everyone. Delia Short saying hi, T and everyone. Melissa LePage, good evening, T and everyone. A lot of you all were in the earlier chat today. Remo JS says, good evening, Miss T and Quilter. Show your love and support. Thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Remo. I'm going to just pin your comment for right now so people know to please go hit that thumbs up button. Craft with Love 55 is also here. Janice D. Petro says, hi, T. Janice from Connecticut. Haven't joined in a long time. Well, welcome back. Appreciate you popping in here tonight. People, they still asking Kevin about that cake. Deborah Holloway says, good evening, T and T Quilters. Melissa says, I was just rewatching today's T and Kevin episode. I don't know what's wrong with us. We cannot behave when we are together. That's just how it is. Francis Jackson says, hi, T and everyone. T, did you get in my email, one for birthday draw and the other for the sew along? I think I did. I haven't mailed anything. I haven't been to the post office. I did go this morning just to make sure that nothing was in there. And I also was trying to purchase some stamps as well. So that's the only reason I went there today. I haven't put any packages in the mail since like Wednesday or something like that. I can't remember. And it was to UPS. I've been going to UPS instead of the post office. So I was just going to wait, and I was waiting for your book to come in, and I'm going to mail both at the same time. So that was the other issue with that. But I do have everything, Francis, so thank you. Melissa talking about she missed some shenanigans. Thanks, Nancy, for letting me know it looks and sounds great. Thanks, Remo, for the same. Thank you, Delia Short says happy birthday. Don't forget to pay the rent. When she says that, she wants people to hit the thumbs up as well. So thank you as well. My birthday is it's less than a couple weeks away. It's on the 28th on a Thursday. And so on Wednesday, I will be doing birthday draws. So that's where I'm going to be doing that. Francis talking about you and Kevin are a class act. We're a hot mess. Beb Dixon saying hello from DC. Debbie is back saying hi to you and everyone with a smiley face. Earlier today was just a mess. Leetta Bryan saying hello to you and everyone. Sue says thoroughly enjoyed today's 4-star general revisited. Diane 57 is here saying hi everyone. Kevin behaves beautifully. It's all Miss T. That's from Kevin, the quilter, of course. Brenda Foley saying hi to you and friends. She was in there earlier. I did see your email as well. You said your name was called for one of the prizes. I can't even remember who the 5 people were. I think it was Remo JS, Brenda Foley, Stephanie, Memoirs of a Longarm Quilter. I have to go back in there. I don't even know who the other 2 are. So you need to watch the video and send me your mailing address so that I can get your gift out to you in the mail if you are a winner. I can't remember who they are. And Diane talking about, Kevin, you would never do anything wrong. Talk about condescending, right? Bonita Nance is here saying, hey, Miss T and everyone, working on binding and sleeves for 2 quilts. Part of Harriet Tubman's statue reveal in September 2022 in Cambridge, Maryland. Now, that is awesome, girl. You will find the ways to get your work out there. That is awesome. Craft with Love says, I missed y'all live today. House clean and did not look at the phone. T, did you let me know if I can cash app you for the book 25 ? That's one thing I forgot to bring in here. Let me go get it. And I had an avalanche while I was setting up, so I got to step over now. Okay. Light switch. All right, I did forget to bring this stuff in. So I'll put that over there for right now. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. Just want to get through some of the shout outs here. Betsy says, I missed the 4-star general today. Spent the day in Osage Beach. Back home enjoying the chat. Hello all. Hey, Betsy. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow at the Modern Quilt Guild Quilt Show. Kevin says, Miss T was a mess. Kevin the quilter, not so much. Yeah, right. You turned my birthday around laughing out loud. I laughed out loud so much I cried. That's Nancy. That is funny. Happy birthday. Oh, you turned my bad day around. I thought she was saying birthday. Okay. So that's awesome. Deborah Quilts is here. Hey, Deborah. She says, hello, T and all fellow quilters. Carissa. She's asking if she won. She's trying to win. I have no idea. I have to go look at the video myself. Um, Kevin's got it. Jennifer Muzard, he's got that one added. And then he says, and one more. I can't remember. So this is not going, I don't even use this phone. So, but I took a screenshot anyway. We got 4 of the names. Tom Ecker is back going, hey, T and all Teaquilters, give T some love with a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Welcome back. Beautiful picture of you and Sarah. Well, thank you. That's the other thing on the thumbnails. I've been using photos of people at retreats. And Sarah and I have been knowing each other since 2015. I actually met her working at the Department of Mental Health, and we now have a fly in here just all of a sudden out of nowhere. But I had always wanted to quilt, and then when I went on maternity leave is when I actually, not 2015. I've been knowing Sarah since 1985. I don't know where 2015. 2015 is when I retired, okay? I've been knowing Sarah since 1985. I always wanted to sew. And then eventually when I started work, I worked in the same department as her. I actually was a secretary to Sarah, to the department. She was one of the people. It was a training department. And Sarah and I have been friends ever since. And then I just through general conversations learned that she quilts. And then that was it. I actually got motivated to get me a sewing machine when I went on maternity leave, and thought that would be a great time to learn how to sew when I didn't have anything else to do but take care of a baby. So that's when I learned to sew. So Sarah and I have been buddies for a long, long time. So thank you, Sue, for that reminder. Pearl Medina is here saying, hello, Miss T and quilting friends. Hi, Pearl. Sandy Agger says it was very fun talking about the previous live. I wish this fly would go away. It wants your fabric. It wants everything. I think because I just put on lotion, so that's a scent. It probably is smelling the lotion. Kevin is so bad. Talking about, hey, everybody, ask Miss T how she fries her eggs. Tanaya Roberts says, good evening, all. It's starting to rain here where Carissa is, and Sue saying she is so excited. Hold on. Sheila Willis saying, good evening, T and everyone. T, your quote today needs to be made a t-shirt. Your quote today, your quote not today need to be made a t-shirt. Yeah, I do plan to do that at some point. Sue talking about whoever missed today's 4-star dinner, you seriously need to watch the replay. I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. Sharon Lewis is back saying hi, T and quilters. Joanna Joniak says good evening, everyone. Vicki Lemire is here. My screen just is jumping, so now I'm working my way back. I didn't realize it had jumped. Hey, Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life says hi, T and friends. I am just listening as I'm not going to give my cat a haircut. Cross your fingers, we might get rain tonight. Let's see. So now let me go back to the bottom. So on with Lorraine, you're a no. I have been going to retreats for that's the first time I had to. Okay, I forgot. That was hilarious. Tom says Kevin probably won't be too chatty tonight. He's busy sewing on your new birthday sewing machine. You got that right. Maria Mayer is here saying hi, Miss T and all T quilters. Yeah, and I'm gonna do a not today shirt too. Oh, let's see. After we got off the live chat, we actually got off a little bit earlier because this lady you had to make appointments with, and our appointment was at 3, although we were about 20 minutes late anyway because we kept forgetting to cut the cake, and we had to cut the cake before we got off the live. And then by the time we all packed up to go, Brenda says that T and Kevin, your 4-star general blocks very pretty. I fell asleep during the live. And Kevin's talking about the Tommy boy, talking about you know it. That's Tom Eckery. So we went to this lady's house, and she sells stuff for Camp David, and or we have So Hope, which is the organization that's here locally. I've mentioned to you all that I have bought some fabric from before. So yeah, so we bought a few things. I ended up asking her if I could have this t-shirt. It was just in the pile. I don't know if it was hers or not, but it was the Gammo 2019 Quilting with Confidence tour in the US, Canada, Australia, and England. I didn't know that they had did that many places, but that's what it says on the back of the shirt. I actually got to go to this in 2019, but I actually went for free. We were the people, the longarm quilters that were in Missouri that were available. We actually got to attend Quilting with Confidence free because we were their test subjects. They did their first presentation with us. We went to their headquarters, and I did a video on that as well. I was actually, I couldn't even attend the whole conference because I had a lecture set up. And so I went, did the lecture, and then came to Gammo. Or either I had to leave the Gammo and go to the lecture. It was some way like that. But I really enjoyed the Gammo training on Gammo equipment. So it's always nice to receive training on the actual equipment that you're using, even though what we were doing was mostly just um, doing different stitches and stuff like that. So I asked her if I could have this because eventually one day I'm going to take all of these type bags you get when you go to quilt shows like this American Quilter Society bag, all of this type of stuff. I do plan eventually to put into a quilt just to have, because I'm like, what else do you do with all of these bags? You can only recycle so many. They don't last long anyway. And because they're thin and you put anything heavy in them and then they tear. So I thought I'm going to keep a few bags. From 2019, I've been keeping a few bags in hopes that eventually I will make it. So instead of like a t-shirt quilt, although this t-shirt will probably be in there, I'm going to do like a bag quilt. So that's what that is. I am lost as to where this chat is. They're still asking Kevin. No. Yeah, they're still asking Kevin about cake. I've already mentioned that Kevin did get more cake. He cut his own cake after the live. He didn't want any extra cake at his house. And I don't want a whole lot of cake here because I'm going to probably make another cake for my actual birthday. So I am going to take some cake tomorrow to my mom. Teresa McCormick says, good evening, Miss T and all. Hope everyone is well. I'm in the throes of a downsizing project, so I'll be listening, and thumbs up. Well, thank you. Deanne Palmer says, greetings from Hot Zona. Today it is 115 at 6 p.m. I saw in somebody's video that they had 124 degrees, I think a couple days ago. I can't remember what day. Ridiculous. That's why I'm not trying to go out west in the summertime. Zella McKenzie saying, hi, T and friends. Maddie says, hey, T and everyone. I actually got some blocks done when I wasn't laughing so much. She's talking about earlier today. Craft with love, T. That would be nice. And cut down your bag pile. Yes, it's like you only can use so many. You're going to tear them up anyway. And then I feel like I could do something and maybe honor the people giving out these bags for free at quilt shops. Remo's reminding people to get the thumbs up. Mary is here. Says, at Teaquilts, did you get yourself a Juki for your birthday in tea? In tea? I don't know. No, I did not get myself a Juki for my birthday. Melissa says, tell us how you fry eggs, please, Miss T. Y'all don't let anything go, do you? When I got home today, the neighbor's dog, he has a pit bull that's uh, tied some kind of way. He's chained in his backyard. Neighbor is gone, haven't seen him, which is unusual because he's normally in and out all day. And I haven't seen him since I've been home. But anyway, the dog jumped the fence and was walking around with a chain about 20 feet long, okay? And it's a pit bull. Now, I don't think that the dog, I don't know because I don't like notice. I don't really talk to this neighbor. It's more like a wave type neighbor. And I don't think that the dog will bite because like his tail wasn't in about to get you, but he did bark and growl a little bit. And he was walking, and I had just stepped out my car and heard this bark, and then I dropped a whole dozen of eggs in my driveway. So that's how I'm frying eggs, in the driveway, on the driveway. Okay. So yeah, I got the heck on in the house. Okay. And the good thing is I did remember to close my car door. My trunk was open, but I do have automatic closure on that type of stuff. So that's what happened today. One of those weird little days. And I have never seen that dog out. And he jumped at, and it was funny because Amazon was trying to deliver to the house next door. And it's not even the neighbor's house. The neighbor's house, like I said, is 2 doors down. And the Amazon person couldn't even deliver packages, had to end up throwing the people's packages next door in our yard because the dog was 2 houses down at that point. He was in his own yard. And then we went and got him out of our yard and then got him to the neighbor. So it's a whole saga today when the dog is out loose and you don't know if this dog bites or not. And like I said, it was a bark and it's a big pit. So it had a good bark, okay? And I wasn't finna find out. And my husband, who is not afraid of dogs, would not mess with that dog. So that said a lot too. So if he's not messing with the dog, I know I'm not messing with the dog. That's a good idea for those bags. I will face them with a lightweight fusible interfacing. Judy Plaster says, I hope everyone has a good day. And still 104 here in Northern California or Velvet County. Everyone enjoy your day. Hello, Sin Forest. I'd had a heart attack, scared of dogs. And that's exactly why I dropped a dozen eggs. I am terrified of dogs, especially dogs that I do not know. I tolerate dogs that I know and dogs of friends. I wouldn't say I'll never have a dog. I don't ever plan on having a dog. Just because they're a lot of work, you can't just leave and go on vacation. You got to do kennel or take them with you or get some family member or something. So I would never personally, I don't plan on ever having a dog. I can enjoy a dog through other people. But yeah, I about had a heart attack, okay? And Diane says hard-boiled eggs. Those were sunny side up, girl. Oh, okay. And Deanne says that they tend to do that with eggs and take a picture for their darling granddaughters. Crackle Love says, will you be able to make it last as a quilt? The bags, I mean, it will never get washed or used. It's just something to do and like just post to the businesses that are included in the quilt just to show something being done with them. That's all. I don't know if they wash or not. I have never tried to wash a bag. They tear up before I even get to that point. Sue says, as a professional, I can tell you if a dog has teeth, they can bite. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Rose Hinton says, hey, Teaquilters. Hi, Rose. Jeanette saying, hello, T and everybody. Hey, Jeanette. Any dog will bite. Call animal control. And I'm trying not to do that. Um, I'm trying to be a good neighbor. It's other people didn't call, so I'm trying not to be a bad neighbor. And this has never happened before. And things can, like I said, they had the dog onto something, and apparently it just got loose. So they were abiding by the rules. If you have a pit bull, you have to have them leashed if they're in your yard. There's a lot of people that have pit bulls and don't even leash them. So, yeah. So at least they were trying to do the right thing. This dog just decided it wanted to go roam. And it didn't like leave and go roaming all over the neighborhood. It was just roaming 2 houses each way. And then it would jump back in the yard and you think, oh, it's safe to go back out. And then the dog would jump the fence again. So, you know, sometimes you're trying to be a good neighbor. And Debbie says, not today, Pit. Got that right. Diane says, make friends and never chauffeur. Boss it around like a bad child. I do understand all of that, but I am not finna stand when I can get in the house. I dropped a dozen eggs. They stayed on the ground for a couple hours, okay? And my husband actually went and cleaned up the eggs because I still wasn't going outside because I didn't see the man that he was home. I didn't see any of his vehicles there. So, yeah. Thank God he didn't attack you or anyone for that matter. Yeah, I was on the opposite side of my car from the dog, and so I felt like I could get in the house, and I did. And when I got in the house, I thought, yeah, because I told my husband, I said, do you have shoes on? I'm thinking, he's brave. He'll go get my stuff out the car. He looked at that dog bark. He's like, Oh, my goodness. Deborah says, I am truly afraid of dog. It takes me a long time to get used to my sister's dog. And I was like that. I grew up in an area where everybody had guard dogs. And so if those dogs were out, you knew you were going to get bit and chased. And I have been on top of many people's cars as a teenager. So I have that was instilled in me all my childhood. So dogs were not a positive influence on me. People didn't just have dogs to have them. Now, when I was way younger, I remember my brother having a dog. But you're not scared of a dog that's in your house. But I don't remember us having that dog long, or maybe the dog, because I'm younger than my brothers, maybe the dog was older than I think. I know we didn't pay for a dog, so maybe he had a stray dog that he took in. I have no idea, but I remember us having a dog at one point. But I don't remember that dog being there long. And then, like I said, our dog wasn't chasing anybody, wasn't trained to do that. And then other people in the neighborhood dogs were trained to kill, Thank you, Kim. And Diane's trying to tell me that it's your fear that causes a dog to bite. I don't believe that 100%. A dog will bite you if they want to. Yeah, and it does depends on how they're raised. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know those people other than just waving at them as they're driving past and if I'm in the driveway or my front yard. So I don't know how they're training that dog. So I'm not gonna find out. Nobody else wants to be around the dog. The Amazon people won't get out. The people who gift is for used to have a pet. They wouldn't go out, okay? And I'm not going out. I got 2 people ahead of me not going out, and then my husband saying he not either. You can forget it. I'm not gonna be the one to find out if the dog bites or not. Thank you. Seeing saying that the blue is a great color. They need a heavy boat chain to keep him in your T. I don't blame you for dropping those eggs. I would have dropped them too. I had a pit bull chase me home when I was 10, scared me. Brenda, I got bit by my neighbor's dog when I was young, so I don't mess around. Yep. Dogs have been known to bite their own owner. Enough said. Yep. So, yeah. So, anyway, let's see what else I got. This here was a pattern. I think it was $1 called Earth Rhythms. I ended up spending $79, so $80. I just paid her 80. I just thought this pattern would be pretty cool to work up, so that's why I got it. I didn't even look to see how it was pieced together. This leather wallet kit was $5. Right there is a 5 up there. I'm assuming that's $5. But it had Velcro in here, this big old hunk of leather. Y'all know that this is way more than $5 worth of leather. So I hurry up and got that. And it's this is real leather. This is not the play stuff, okay? Real leather. So yep. Even if it was play stuff, the amount for $5 would be really good. But this is real leather hide. And then it has a pattern on here to do a wallet. We'll see if I do that or not. Who knows? But I got the leather. I did get one other thing that I'm not showing because it's going to be a gift. So I got one other thing. I got this ruler, OmniGrid, the 98L. It's for scoring up quarter square triangles. Not scoring up, for cutting quarter square triangles. But I'm going to use it to do half square triangles because of the large size. And I'm hoping that it works. I want to do some strip where I'm making tubes, and then I want to just cut. I just have to use a different measurement than what the pattern will tell me, but I'm making my own up, so I think I should be okay. So I got that because it was a large size. And then she had a lot of fabric, but I didn't feel like the fabric was very reasonably priced, so I didn't get a whole lot of fabric. Leather is great for embroidery too. That's from Anfield Beck. Yes. That would be a nice wallet from Kim. Yes. Yes. So yeah. Saying that pattern is pretty from somebody else. But what she did have, oh my goodness, I'm blocking the name of this. Oh, Fairy Frost had this for $4 a yard. And so I got 4 yards of this light purple because I have when Fairy Frost first came out, I was a real huge fan. And so I've got like a whole lot of fat quarter pieces, fat quarter bundles. And so I've never had yardage of it. So I thought, well, whatever I do, maybe I'll just make these 2 pieces my borders, or maybe background border. I don't know. But I thought they looked really pretty together. I got 4 yards of each. So for 8 yards of fabric, I paid $32. So that's when I started spending money. The ruler from OmniGrid, it was $2, I think. And then I got another ruler. And I got one other thing I'm not going to show. I think I took it out already. I got this template. This is PM Quilting. This is I think this was when they first came out. And you can see that this is crooked, because I don't have it on here tight. I didn't put it on here right. But it's one of those rulers that you can adjust to make cuts. Like if you're stripping stuff, you loosen the washers, and then you can slide this up and down wherever you want it to go. When you get to the spot, and I'm not going to have it straight again. I'm just tightening this back up so I can move on. Because I can't do all that up in the air. And then once you have this on here, this piece, am I tightening or loosening? I have no idea. I'm doing this backwards, so I have no idea what righty-tighty, lefty-loosey mean at this point. So you once you lock it into whatever size strip you want to do, then this is on the back, and what it does is it scooches up against the fabric here, and then you can make your cuts. And then this also has a grip on it so that it doesn't move. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. And whatever end you're cutting, like when you first square up, then you want to make sure that this is on the outside edge. And then when you start cutting your strips, you want this on the inside. So when you're cutting your strip that's abutted up here, this whole stack, it does not move at all. It's amazing how flat it lays there. So she pulled up a video, and I want to say this is the company that I bought that blue rotating cutting mat from. I think I remember them having this, and when we were in Branson. So I got that. She only charged $7 for it, so that's why I got it. And then the other big item that I spent money on, which I don't even know what the regular price of this is, but since she was doing it for charity, and I'm sure these templates cost more than that. So put this right there. Is she had the Giant Dahlia templates by Marty Michelle, and and it was $30. I'm not sure what they retail for. I did not look it up. Like I said, since all the other stuff was reasonably priced, and I was only spending $80 total, I thought I would go ahead and get it. And I debated a long time while we were there whether I was going to get it or not, but it still has the whole pattern included in here. And I've always, when I first started quilting, wanted to make this quilt top. I don't know why. But all the templates are here. I made sure they were all in here. I looked up for all the alphabets, and all the templates are here. And you know, this is one that's got all of those funny shapes. And then I like that they had holes. You can't hardly see it now, but I like that it had a hole in it. So if you wanted to fussy cut something, you could actually fussy cut it too. And then having the arrow to show you which way was actually up, the top part. So I thought that was all pretty cool. And all the templates are here, A through I. And so I thought, well, let me just go ahead and get it. Even if I don't get it, I probably could resell it for $30 if I decide I'm not going to do it. So that's what that is. I can't see the chat. Craftful Love says, I have that large one that goes across the whole width of my table. It is a deal breaker for me. It's easy to cut your fabric. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, I only paid $70. Does it work for lefties at We Quilt Studio? I have no idea, but I'm left-handed, and so I will find out. Now, I kind of remembered when I was talking with them, I kind of like tuned them out because I was trying not to spend any more money with that company since I had already made a big purchase. And so I was trying not to really listen to them, but I could have sworn that they said it does work for left-handers as well. So we're going to find out. I don't know, because the numbers are only one side. Let me make sure. I don't want to tell you something that's not true. So, yeah, see, all the numbers start left to right when I'm holding the ruler facing up. So I have no idea, but we're going to find out if I can still use it in reverse, because I don't know what the numbers would be from this way out. So I have to figure all of that out. So maybe I'll do a review on that at some point once I figure that out, if it's different for left-handers. If it's the same thing as, I remember in the video, and I don't know if their camera was reversed or not, but he was actually cutting with his left hand with the one that he had. So I'm going to assume everything's going to work well. We'll find out. All right. And we're going to talk about the sew along. They are from pmquilting.com. That's their website, www.pmquilting.com. That's what's on the ruler. And Diane saying that she's been dreaming about doing that quilt too. That's a cool pattern. It's always good to know which end is up. Laughing out loud. Sorry, couldn't resist. Kathleen says, I've never seen the likes of a ruler like that. I am down to try. I love my Oliffa ruler. So sad it cracked. It was rather old. Yeah, I still got an old Oliffa ruler that's 35 inches so that I can cut longer cuts. I use it a lot when I'm doing cutting quilt backings and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hey, Stephanie Lee. And Melissa's saying that I could use this thing until I'm tired of it. I'm only gonna make one of these, girl, and then say sell it to her for $35. So I'll keep you in mind when I do this. But I have always wanted one of these quilts. I had when I was like a beginner quilter. I was around, and well, I don't know what you call her when you got somebody that's an expert quilter. She had one of these, and it was just gorgeous. And then she had all hand quilted it, and it was just beautiful. Now I will not be hand quilting it. And Remo says she made a suit and dress for church out of fairy frost. So that's pretty cool. Heather Grint is here, says, I remember Brady Sparrow from Sparrow Quilt Company using them a few years ago. So that's interesting. Maybe us lefties have to read upside down. And that's what I'm wondering. But it was funny because he cut, and on the camera, I said, he's left-handed. Either that or his camera was flipped. And I can't tell, but it looked like he used it left-handed. Dahlia is about $50 from Marty. So thank you, Dana, for that. Melissa saying she may have to pay retail. I watched a demo on the PM ruler in Paducah a few years ago. It works for the lefties. Okay, so thanks, Sue. Sorry, these letters on my new phone are small. And so with Lewang found a ruler he was looking for, a Liffle ruler. I have two of those patterns. Got them from elderly neighbor from an old magazine. She says, I'll wait and hope for the best. Yeah, I'm not, you can definitely, I'm not, like I said, I'm only going to make one of these. But I thought that was cute. Okay. Sew along. I still got stuff I still got stuff, but I've been asked questions about this. The order came in today. I did order Wednesday night. My supplier got my account hooked up on Wednesday during the daytime. So I did go and order Wednesday night. I'm just going to tell you, I ordered 60 books. I think I have one book left because I got an email from somebody saying that they weren't going to be able to do it. The cost of the sew along and the book with shipping is going to be $31. I did go back and look at the 25 rate. I would have only been making like $3 for the sew along, and I didn't think like that was fair. So I decided that I would at least raise it to $6 and make it close to 10. That I'll make off of the sew along and selling the book. And remember, when I'm doing a sew along, I'm doing other things like making you all schedules of how we're going to work on the blocks and everything else. None of that scheduling is in this book. So I feel like that's not a bad price. Also, this book retails at $32.36, if I'm not mistaken. People are selling it at different prices. I can't get a sew along and a book cheaper than that. I'm not a big company that can buy 1,000 of these books and get a great price. I'm getting the best price for a small business. So that's all that I can do at this point. So Miss T, I just finished a t-shirt quilt using that sash in a dash. Can we post pictures in Facebook? Yes, you can. Anybody that's in the Facebook group is more than welcome to share anything that you want to share that's quilt related over in that group. So please share. We'd love to see it. Looking forward to the sew along. That's Ingrid. That's a good price. Kathleen Chep says, I'm in at T. And I don't know if I don't have any of that here. It's still packed from being at Kevin's house. I don't have the list. If you said in Wednesday's chat that you wanted a book, you're more than you're on the list. I will be checking the list to see who's doing that. If you want your book to be mailed right away, you can go ahead and Cash App me, Venmo, Zelle me $31. I'm trying not to use PayPal for this since I'm not making a whole lot of money in the first place. So I'm trying not to use PayPal because PayPal has just recently gone up on their fees. And so I'm trying to get people that can pay me in alternative methods, or if you're somebody that's going to mail a check in, I have a couple of people that don't do electronic payments. So the quicker I get your payment, the quicker your book can be in the mail to you and you can start planning your layout. In Wednesday's chat, it was some discussion about there being two different patterns for this design. I'm trying to make sure I got it right side up. Boho hearts. And there is only one pattern for this. This is the pattern. You can make this light background any color you like. And I think when it got into the black background, people thought it was different. Also, you're going to make this quilt your own. It's not going to look exactly like this quilt, because I'm going to tell you right out the gate, I don't need an aisle. She's got an aisle in one of these blocks, like right here. It's really cute. If you like owls, you can do that. I'm not doing that. So I already know I'm going to have some substitutions. So, and that's going to be part of the stuff that we're going to be talking about as we're doing this sew along. There's just going to be some blocks that I'm not going to be able to show you how to do because I'm not doing them. I already don't like them. Some blocks are duplicated. Maybe I may not want to duplicate that many blocks. And so I may not do all of that type of stuff. And then we're going to talk about alternatives for skill levels as well. So all of that's going to be talked about. But like I said, I ordered 60 of these on Wednesday and 59 up to this point are accounted for. Again, if you want to get your book mail right away, I went to the post office so I could just get stamps so that I could just drop them into the mail a lot faster. There will not be any extras in these packages whenever I'm mailing documents. If you put anything in it, like a free pen that I put in some of my orders, then that makes it a package. And so we're going to keep these at documents. So do know that there will not be anything extra in your packet but this book. And so they wrap them in this saran wrap and just put them into the mail. So I'll be taking these out and making sure that I get your books shipped to you. I already got envelopes. I went and got envelopes. And that's the other thing. I'm doing envelopes as well. And so that's another part of my cost. So I went to Sam's today and bought a box of envelopes. I think it's 100 in there. I can't remember right now. But yeah, so that's what we have here. When I placed that order, so now that I'm a distributor of, well, I'm a person that can order from this distributor. I'm not a distributor. I can buy at wholesale. I went and bought me some R-field thread so I could use when I'm using my featherweight, because that's about the only time I use this. Sometimes I still use it to wind bobbins for my Bernina, but mostly I use masterpiece thread off the big cones. And so that's what this is. I ordered a box because I wanted to make sure it was what I wanted. When you order wholesale, they call this something else. And so I wanted to make sure that what I wanted was what I got. And that happened. And then this is for my friend Kevin. He wanted his on the big spool because he has the Juki. So that is why I have a bigger cone. This cone is retail for $53 and some change, okay? It's the equivalent of 6 or 7 spools. So it's a little bit cheaper to buy this than to buy the small spools at $14.85 a spool, I think is what the retail price, the suggested retail price of R-field by the small spool is. So yeah. And then while I was there, every time I go to a quilt show, I'm looking for my superior bottom line thread. And when I go in there, they never have the colors that I'm looking for. So I ended up going and ordering all of the bottom line colors that I need that I can never get when they're at a show. So that is fun. So guess what, guys? If you're looking for something, and I might can get it for you now. So let me know what you need, and if you need something, and I might can go in there and get it when I'm placing orders. And maybe I get a slight discount, I make a little money and you get a slight discount, you know? Let me know. Okay, Craft with Love, I know. And Wash Your Hands says she's never used Venmo. So whichever one, you also can go through Zelle, which is your bank. I don't know if they're called Zelly or if they're called Zelle. I don't know how they pronounce that. No, someone with Luane said someone wanted to use Zelly the other day, and I thought it was a scam as I had to send the sender $200 first as a new account, and that's not true. So you always go to your bank online. You can send anybody something online by having their email address. That's all you need. And then they have a note field where you can put what things are for. So that was a scam. And Diane says, "Hi, can I get a book?" Uh, you can. I don't have any paperwork here for that. So email me because I'm gonna be starting a wait list. If anybody hasn't already said they wanted a book, email me. I will be placing another order. It's just that I don't have you in these first 60 books. And I'm gonna wait to see how many more people need books before I place the second order because I got to make orders that are a certain amount. I can't just go in and order 2 books if only 2 people want books. So that's the thing now. And I ordered 20 extra books. We had 40 people wanting books, and I thought I was going overkill by I said I was going to get 10. I actually got 20, and all of those are already sold. You just use Teaquilts at teaquilts.com. Just use my email for any of my, and Venmo is just Teaquilts. It's Teaquilts. I'm sorry. And I'm under there that way. I probably missed some of you all's stuff. And Kathleen says she wants to try glide thread on her domestic. Kathleen, email me because I got some glide thread and I'm not sure I'm like 100% happy with it, but I plan to use it on my embroidery machine. But every machine is different. I just think my machine is set up and regulated to use uh, thermore thread or signature thread, the more lintier threads that people don't like to use. But that's what my machine likes to use. And so that's what I end up using. But yeah, just email me and I'll make sure I can get you something. Just let me know what kind of color you're looking for. And when I do the next order, I'll make sure I get it. And Sue is getting hers. Yeah, I know some of you all that always do checks. I know who you are. I know who some of you all that only do electronic payments. I know who you all are. So it's $31 for the book with shipping and just a slight surcharge for me running the Facebook group. And y'all know that I'm really not going to make any money because I'm going to end up doing some prizes in there too, right? So it's just some money. And that's kind of how I run my scrap club. I put the fee over costs and then I end up doing door prizes or people participation prizes, things like that. And Sue says that she had glide thread on hers. Yeah, I even put glide in my bobbin and I didn't even like it. And people said they put it in top and bobbin and it was just slipping and sliding, causing me all kind of ruckus. And I was like, I can't deal with you. So I use bottom line thread in my bobbin and thermore on top. So I do have one more thing, guys, that I got, and it was this box, and it just had like bags of like sewing machine parts and stuff. See all of that? And so I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I took that off the top, and then I found this in there. It's like a machine power card, and it's just in this generic little box here. Okay, Delia says she's gonna be sending her check. And then it even had a presser foot. Can you all believe that? Ain't that something? So yeah, that was the the next thing. Crackle Love says you never do it for the money, and that's the beauty of being a tea quilter. Yeah, I just, I do so many things, and I just try not to be in the hole. That's my whole thing. I can be so nice, and then it's like, girl, you always spending your money. I've ran scrap club like that for years, where I was always in the hole for scrap club, and I really didn't mind it because that's what I do. But it's like, you need to at least make this so that you're not losing money on everything that I do. So yeah. Shut up, Remo. Because she is so correct. However, look at this. I did not lie. I did not get a Juki. Okay? I did not tell you a lie. And I wasn't going to show you all my machine until my birthday chat that Wednesday before my birthday. But I didn't want you all giving Kevin grief for long. That was my idea, was to say that Kevin's machine, that he got it for me for my birthday, and then let you all know that it was not. So I don't want you all to feel or Kevin to have anybody in here not liking him. Although I know you all wouldn't do that. But I ended up, I'm going to tell you guys, Kevin got the complete mechanical machine on the Juki. And I'm going to tell you, Maxi Doodle was very influential. And then I went and watched a lot of videos. I can't buy every machine. I had about 4 different references of machines to buy. And if I had bought this in the Juki, I would have spent another $700. And I wasn't willing to do that. And what was so ironic, and I couldn't tell you all this story earlier, is that I was actually online because I had been watching Sewing Machines Plus, which is where I bought this. I had been watching their website because they only had 6 in stock. And I had mentioned in Teaquilts, if anybody buy it, to please use my link. Nobody used my link, but I went back in there and found out they only had 2 machines left. And it was so funny because at the same time that I'm scrolling on Sewing Machine Plus, Kevin messages me and says, we need to talk. I need to video chat. And when I start asking you stuff, don't ask me any questions, okay? So when I call him, he's on Sewing Machine Plus looking at the Jukis and got his in the cart, and he's trying to figure out how can he order it so that he can use my affiliate link. I'm already in there. I'm about ready to hit purchase. And you talk about 2 friends, 2 peas in a pod. I mean, within minutes of each other, we actually bought these machines. My machine came yesterday, and I think his came yesterday too. And so I was going to hold off showing my machine, but since we showed Kevin's today, and I didn't want people to think all this time that Teajuana needs a Juki or don't have a Juki. Now, I don't know if I'm going to love this brother because I have never even sold on it. I at least sold on the Juki. But I thought, with Kevin using my affiliate link, with me using my own affiliate link, I thought if I was going to get a machine from Sewing Machine Plus, that this was the machine to get. And then as a last resort, I can always go buy my Juki local because I can always still do business, no tax on it. So I went on ahead and I'm going to try this brother. And it was because it had the pin feed action to it, where it would take 2 flimsy pieces of fabric. Because every once in a while I do make dress clothing, or I used to. And I'm thinking that I might end up having to do something like that. And I do like that feature that was on here that was not on the Juki. So that's the only feature on here that's not on the Juki. The Juki does look prettier, I have to say that. But I do love this machine. I'm going to turn it so you all can see the front. But I got that brother PQ 1500 SL. So this is the front that you'll see when you're sewing, and it does have the telescoping, so I can still use my big spool of thread. It has a cap down here covering one of the spools, so I can put my big one over here, and then I can still use Orfeel, or you can't even see it now, but I can still use Orfeel on the second. So I didn't lose any features of the Juki. And if I had got the electronic version, which was the one that I needed to make purses and bags that adjusted the height of the presser bar, I was going to be out another $700. So I figured before I do that, let me go ahead and do it this way. And I think I bought this, and I got some needles. I got that and some needles. And I think I spent like $570 with my discounts. With my discounts. And the fact that Sewing Machine Plus also ships free. I like that as well. So it wasn't like I had to pay for them to ship it to me. I didn't have to pay taxes. And I got to use my own affiliate link. And then Kevin also bought one, and I got to use the money from him using my affiliate link. So I ended up, I thought, with a better deal buying this. Now, if I don't like it, I got so much money from Sewing Machine Plus, I know it's not going to take me $200 and something to send this back to them, okay? So if I don't like it, I got so many days that I can send it back. But I'm going to try to use it. I was going to leave my Singer up here. I only used the Singer 9600 for about 4 days. 9600 for 4 days, but I'm going to use this so I can know if I want to keep it or not before my period of return is out. Then I might end up with that Juki quilter, okay? So I kept this. I wasn't going to show you all at all because we knew when we ordered them that they were going to be coming in. We ordered them last Saturday. Was it last Saturday before the live? And Kevin asked me, was I going to tell you? I go, no, I'm going to wait till my birthday. And so I had thought all this time that I was going to wait till my birthday. But then when I got the idea of showing Kevin's, because I'm like, how else would you all have seen Kevin's? I would have to wait a whole nother month. And I didn't want to go a month with you all thinking that Kevin didn't have one. So I'm just going to go ahead and show mine early and get it out the way. But this is my birthday present to myself. So let's see what people are saying. Hold on. I got to go back. Oh, Lord, lots of congratulations. Mary said, your nose just grew. No, my nose did not grow. Somebody asked me if I got a Juki too, and I said no, I did not get a Juki. That's what I said. I didn't tell a lie. I answered the question. I didn't add any additional information. That's when you're in a trial. See, people go adding all the additional information. That's how people get in trouble. But yeah. So we got to have another, we got to have another machine. You know, the thing is, I have this Bernina back here. When you have $10,000 machines, this baby lock over here, I have knocked 2 machines out of whack sewing straps, okay? Not even sewing the whole bag. And the materials that I'm using now, they're so much thicker. I'm using real leather. And so I wanted a heavy-duty sewing machine. Now, my Singer heavy-duty sewing machine, I have been able to sew like 10 layers of denim. But for some reason, when I'm making bags and I've got different levels and it's like thicker stuff in them, I just wasn't happy with the noise. I also tried sewing it on my Singer. You all saw me sewing on my Singer making a bag, and I just didn't like the Singer. I'm talking about the Singer Featherweight. I need a heavy duty machine so that I know that I'm scared needles gonna break and start flying at me. I had test drove the Juki, and from what I'm understanding, brother is under that Juki. So to me, the brother line was a lot cheaper. So that's why I got it. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like all of this stuff, because I got the same cover that Kevin has. I got that same cover right here. And then this machine is a professional quality. It says it's professional level sewing machine. So it's there on the cover. So that's why I got this. I'd rather spend $600 on a new machine that's going to do what I want it to do, that's advertised. I can raise. And my problem was I needed my feed dogs to be raised because sometimes I couldn't even get the stuff under, even with my knee lift. And so, yeah. So I'd rather spend $600 and get a machine that's, if I do knock it out of whack, it's not my $5,000 to $10,000 machines that are out of whack. Because I have knocked 2 Singer machines, and one of them I still haven't gotten that machine to work how it should work since that has happened. One machine, I took it in 2 and 3 times. They finally got it to work. I even took the second machine in 2 or 3 times, never could get it to work. I took it to another place. They got it to work where it'll sew patchwork. But if I start doing like 6 layers of fabric, like you know how you have half square triangles and they're going any and every way, and then you're trying to sew a seam, it will not sew those seams. It'll sew 2 to 4 pieces of fabric, and that's about it. It'll cross a seam like a 4 patch, and then after that, it's done. So I'd rather do that. And it's my birthday. I can buy whatever I want. Quilting is my life, and I'm gonna get what I want to get when I want to get it. That's just about how it's gonna be. My bills are paid. I don't owe anybody. I have no debt. So I feel like I can treat myself to this equipment here. So I'm not saying that that's for everybody. I do have a lot of sewing machines. I fully recognize that. I'm sure one of my other machines might also be able to handle it, but I got this one. I've been wanting to get some other brands of machines, and that's why I was considering the Juki. I also want to get a FOF. So just in case I come up with another machine someday, I've never said that I'm never buying another machine, okay? I look on the marketplace all the time looking for me a FOF, looking for me a brother. I got a Bernina off of the marketplace. So, yeah. So I even saw the machine that Kevin bought on the marketplace, but she wanted $800 for that machine. And Kevin that's what he paid for that machine, was $800. So yeah, we're not doing that. I wasn't gonna buy a used machine from somebody for $800 that I can get brand new for $1,000. She didn't knock enough off. Now somebody ended up buying it, but that was probably somebody that didn't know their machines. But I would never ever pay $800 for a machine that I can buy $1,000 new. Let me go down to the bottom because y'all got so many comments on here. I'm gonna go to the bottom. If you got anything you want me to read, just let me know. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to what's top, which is Evelyn French. Says happy birthday, T. Happy for you. Thank you. I hear you, T. Buy what you want when you want. No need to explain. Exactly. Maxie Doodle says, I'm a few minutes behind watching the live, and T pulls out her new machine. Yes, Hunty, thank you for all your information and help in the Facebook group. She put in Facebook group what she had, what she did with it, how long she's had it, no service. It looks like this is one of those machines that I can do the service for the most part myself. If the LED light goes out, I got to take it in. It does have an LED light. I'm hitting the mic, so sorry, guys. Trying to see where the light is. I have no idea. I see it. It's built into the housing, it looked like. I don't know. It might be under here. If it's not under here, I'm going to be putting me another light here because I like a lot of light in my sewing area. I'm getting notifications about the sew chat, y'all. All right. So, I I do have my machine. I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me. And that's why I did a change of plans. I was intending to come in here and sew on the Singer 9960 or whatever that crazy number is over there. I ain't even paying that machine any attention right now, okay? But I did intend to come in here and sew on that for a couple weeks like I did sew on my Singer Heavy Duty. I did sew on that machine for 2 weeks. I do know it's too lightweight for what I want. I need a nice, heavy, sturdy machine if I'm going to be using it and knocking out stuff. Like when I did the bags for the So Powerful organization. I just need something that I can constantly do, and I'm not worried about, is this thing going to kick back at me? And I am going to be making sure I got heavy-duty needles on order from Amazon. I was trying to figure out, I read my book, and they told me I needed heavy-duty needles. Now, when I looked at Kevin's, he had regular needles. So let me see what they put in this bag, because maybe Kevin's machine don't need the heavy-duty needles. Yeah, I got different needle than you got. So Kevin, if you might be able to use the needles that you bought. Make sure you check your manual. I'm the one that got needles that I can use on my other machines, but I probably won't be using them on this machine. Those are the needles I just had somewhere right here. I got all these needles from Sewing Machine Plus, and then I get my book and they tell me I need the heavy duty needles. So I went on Amazon because Sewing Machine Plus didn't have them, and I just ordered them because I wanted to have them, because I only got one pack of needles. If I go busting them up and they're all different sizes, then I won't be able to sew. So I wanted to make sure I had needles here right away. Let's see. Thank you, Jakara, saying happy birthday. A lot of people are saying happy birthday. It's not my birthday today. It's July 28th. Go T, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Get that right. It's magic. It's my birthday. We always say in St. Louis it's magic because, well, in our community, because we had a radio station that was Magic 108 FM as I was growing up, and they always threw in, it's magic, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. So we always add that in if you were a St. Louis native at that time. We Cool says, is that a high shank? If so, can you get a bi-level foot for top stitching? I am so jealous. This actually comes with a bi-level foot, and that was the other thing. It had all of the attachments. If I got the Juki that Kevin had, I would have had to buy all the other feet. Kevin's never going to make a bag. He doesn't need all of that stuff that I need. And I got like 8 or 9 different feet. And the bi-level foot is on here. It's a rocking foot. It's split in half. So when you're going up and down humps, the foot is already making the adjustments. That was another feature I loved about this. I'm trying to see if I can see how many feet are in this bag without counting. Without taking them out, not without counting. But I can't because stuff is everywhere. 1. See that one. 2, 3, 4. I don't know. It's got 5 bobbins. So this is not like really a product review, but it does have that foot on here. So yeah, I have to take that off when I go to do regular 1/4 inch piecing. But that foot is on here already. And so that's another thing that I like, that the feet that I need are actually on here. It is only a straight stitch machine. There is no zigzags, no decorative stitches. That's not what I'm looking for. I got about 7 machines that got decorative stitches, and I barely use them. There are a few times that I do use my decorative stitches, but most of the time I'm doing machine embroidery if I want decorative something. And don't be jealous. Never be jealous of what somebody else has or does. If you want something and that's what I do, I save my money. I put money. If I can't get it out of one paycheck, then I'll put money aside until I can get it and pay for it where I'm not paying any interest on it. Never be jealous of what somebody else has or what somebody else is doing. Live your best life. Sandy says, T, you don't need to justify buying what you want to anyone. Love you, Sandy. Yes. But when I see comments, y'all know I'm going to address it. And I don't think that the comment was meant to be negative, but I just want to clarify anyway. So I'm not taking the comment as being negative. I'm just telling you that Teajuana gonna do what Teajuana want to do whenever Teajuana want to do it. She don't have to ask anybody what she's gonna do. She's gonna do whatever she wants. Okay? That's how I roll. I don't ask anybody for money to pay for my habits. I work hard. If I want something, I'm gonna do it. If I can't afford it, I won't get it. Carrie says, congratulations, T. I have to say good night. Good night, Carrie. Thank you. She's probably gone. If you, for a FAF, I have an older 1471 one, the best machines FAF ever made, my opinion. And I have a friend that really loves hers, and I'm not sure what model it is, but whenever I'm thinking about it, I will let you come to you first, Sue. Michelle the Quilter's here. And Sandra saying congratulations to Kevin too, because he got a machine earlier. He showed his machine. We both got these in the mail yesterday. It took exactly a week, I think, to get here. Exactly a week. Have you used those sticky strip lights? Yes, I actually sell a brand of lights that I like to use on my machine on my website. So I will go down into my storage and just pull one out if it's not bright enough. Like I said, I haven't even plugged it in or anything. So I just pulled it out so you all would know that I did get a machine. Remo says she loves her fox. And Wash Your Hand says I have that fox too, Sue, one of my favorites. I use those needles. Maxie Doodle goes, now you don't need that Juki. This is virtually the same machine, T. And that's exactly what I was finding in the reviews, except that the Jukis are prettier. They have the little blue on some of them, some of the models. And even Kevin's foot it was a two-tone foot pedal. And I didn't even look at this foot pedal, but I don't think it's two-tone. It's white. It's just a white pedal. Nothing fancy about my brother pedal, but it's on the ground. My foot's going to be on it. Long as it sews what I want it to sew, I don't care. And I'm going to be putting it through its paces. So, Kathleen says, I'm freaking out. I did it. Less than 21 century stuff. She says, CashApp the money for quilting along. Oh, okay, for the quilt along. Okay. I wasn't on your original list. If it's an issue, let me know. Well, you mentioned it, so I did have one when I came in here, so I'll make sure I put you at the bottom of the 60, because one person had sent me an email when I got home saying they couldn't do it. So, and if anybody else, like, there's possibility that people are going to be coming off this list, so I'm not going to order more books until I know that these 60 are really accounted for. So there's a possibility, like, people only going to have a few days, and then you're going to be your name's not going to come off the list if you want a book. It's just that your name has been rotated to the bottom of the list. Okay. So, yeah. So the quicker you pay, the quicker you get your books. Thank you, Nancy. What kind of bobbin does your machine use? It's actually an L bobbin. It's that smooth bobbin. I have actually used this bobbin in my long arm or something similar. I don't know if it's the same size. I'm going to have to go and check that. I don't know if it's the same size or a different size. And if it's this size bobbin, then I won't be putting it in my gammo anymore. I think this is just a smaller version of what I have for my gammo. Yeah, it's just a smaller version. I got plenty of these bobbins. I just need to find them. I have a machine that takes this, but I didn't know. It's a Singer. It takes this bobbin. I just got to find what I did with them. And it could be that they have a little, this one's flat. It could be that the one for my singer is beveled out. But this is a L bobbin is what it's normally called. Okay. So. And like I said, it's 5 in this bag. I don't think there's any in the, I don't think that there's any in the machine. So I'm thinking they gave 5. Okay. She's going to email me about the thread. Melissa says, are you going to attach your knee lift to it? Yes, I am. I do have all of that down here. I got the manuals. The table on that Juki is bigger. So this is the manuals, registration. And then I do like that on the knee lift, if I ever do move it or have to like move it because I'm doing something else and I need a different machine up here, the knee lift has a place to hide. And the $5,000 companies haven't figured this out yet, to give you a place to put your knee lift under your table. So I do like that. So, but my table is not as wide as the one that Kevin has. Kevin's have extra space down here. He has a U, whereas I just have it where it's ending. But I'm thinking with this right here being this wide, that's going to be plenty big enough for me when I'm working with bags, that it shouldn't hang over too much. So yeah, but I do have that. Sandy says heavy duty or high speed needles. The instructions in the book says that they're heavy duty needles, and it does not zigzag. I think I answered that question, and I kind of like that because when coming from Baby Lock and Singers where they don't have single needle plates that come standard, and I never have purchased one. I don't even know if any of my machines even offered a single needle plate. But coming from the Bernina where they gave you both of those, I do love my single needle because it prevents dog ears from getting down in the hole. So I do like the fact that it's just a straight stitch. I didn't buy it for zigzags. I didn't buy it for any of those other stitches. And I'm hoping that when I'm making bags that there's not going to be where I'm going to be needing to use a zigzag that often. I'm hoping. So I don't think I've ever had to use a zigzag yet on any of the bags. And I've done, well, of course, I've done the So Hope purses, but I've done some different patterns just to see how stuff is written, just do one prototype or something. And I haven't had to use a zigzag stitch yet. So I'm hoping that I don't need to. Yes, it is a side bobbin placement, so you can't tell when you're out. Side bobbin placements are mostly going to be on your industrial machines or your manual machines, and they will take a lot more oil than a regular machine. So you are correct. Like on your Baby Locks, when they're top loaded, they tell you that you don't have to oil. I still put oil in them just to make sure. I put some on a Q-tip and just rub it around in there because I feel like they're loud. These machines are loud if they're not getting oil. They tell you that they don't need oil, but they need something. But you do have to oil in the bobbin areas, and they got all kinds of holes. It's not that many. I'm going to say about 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down here is 6. I think it's 6 places that needs oil. Yeah, Oregon needles. I love them. Yes, they are Oregon needles. Thanks, Heather, for helping out. T. Smith's makes non-stick needles. They're great for when using double-side tape. I do use a double-side tape, but I only use the kind that wash out, so it's not like the super sticky kind that will gum your needle. I've never washed it out, but that's the one I use because if I use the one that I use for my paper crafting, it's going to gum the needles, and I'm not trying to do that. Hey, Carmel Perkins. She says, love the pic of T and Sarah. Thank you. Christmas fun for me. That's when I really want something. Yes. And I've done numerous like money challenges. I don't know if any of you all have ever done money challenges, but sometimes I will do money challenges just so that, and it's a way of you holding cash, and they don't recommend that you actually like put it in a bank or whatever, but you've got to be strong willed not to go into your cash. Anytime, with us having all this electronic form of payment, doing a money challenge is a great idea. You put so much money, you can either do it by the month, you could do it by the week, you could do it by the day. Now, I'm one of them people that if I did it by the day, it wouldn't happen. So I did it by the month. And I would just put cash away for the month. And then most times we're buying stuff, we're shopping electronically, we're using our debit cards when we're out because we forget to pick up money. You're not planning to go spend money. And so if you don't have the money in the bank, then you can't really use it, especially if it's attached to a debit card, because you got to put the money in the bank in order to use it. So I have done numerous money challenges like that when I've wanted something like that. It's a great way to save for something. When I bought my Juki with the Gracie mid-arm, I ordered extra organ needles too. They last longer than some other brands. And Kevin's been using organ needles for a long time. I have some organ needles, but I've never like switched over. But I thought since I was getting this machine that was recommending it, I better like do something different here. Let me see what type of needles I got in here. So we're not doing any sewing today on the live sewing chat, okay? Because I don't know what I'm sewing because I got to figure this machine out. I was trying to see if I had organ needles here. Yeah. This is for sewing machine. And what kind? These are universal HA X1 size 16s, size 18. So I got some heavy duty ones on the regular. Not heavy duty. I got big needles that will handle like thicker fabrics. These are not heavy duty. And I think that was it. That was the only organ needles I had. So that's why I wasn't using them. I'm trying to make sure nothing else in here is hiding. Smiths. What is this? Smiths embroidery needles. Yeah. So, yeah. So I didn't have any, so I made sure that I ordered needles. I didn't think I had any. I did not check ahead of time, but I knew I probably did not have those needles in my possession because I don't use them. I use Smiths and Singer needles. Your Singer sewing machines, even though Smiths say that their needles work in all machines, I find certain Singer brands, certain machines, they operate a whole lot better when you put in a Singer needle over a regular universal Smiths needle. So. Mary says, you are a good financial role model at Teaquilts. Girl, let me tell you, when I first went to college and folks are sending you all these credit card things and they try to make you think that it's a great idea and then you need money because you don't have money, and then you're not even thinking about how am I going to pay this money. It's like, well, they sent it to a student. They must know I don't have any money. Girl, I have been there, done that, okay? So I don't want to be in that situation again. If I can't pay for it when it comes due on my credit card, then I don't get it. That's just how it is. I'm never doing that again. Never. So yeah. And Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up, guys, for the new brother. I know some of you all that are Juki lovers, and I had some Falk people. I had some Janome people. I can't buy every machine at one time. So eventually, maybe I'll take your recommendations into consideration. maybe I'll be looking for some different features. You know, machines are changing all the time, but I had to make a decision on what I thought I wanted today. So I'm going to try out this brother. Like I said, I have never even sewed on this machine. And I saw where oil was running out of Kevin's machine. Mine's look like it's dry. So I will make sure that I'm putting oil in here before I even run the first stitch. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to do off camera. Make sure I do everything correct, because this is a new to me machine. So it's a new machine, period, but it's new to me. I've never used even Brother brand. So, yep. Congratulations on the new machine from Tiffany. And she says to Tia and Kevin, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Sin. A lot of people are saying, congratulations. Joe Carmel, gotta go. Juki, too. It's my turn now, laughing out loud. Yes, yes. Maria Quarterman saying, congratulations, Miss T and Kevin, on your new sewing machines. Good night, Sin. Probably gone, like I said. It's pretty much the same machine. The lights are different, and the brother don't have an auto thread cutter. This one does. This machine has an auto thread cutter. And it also has a needle up and down. That was another thing that I wanted. So this one does have those two things. That's the only thing on here that's electronic. And I think that's why this machine cost a little bit more than getting the Juki that Kevin got. I mean, yeah, because the original, if I had got the Juki equivalent to what this is, I was going to spend $1,500, and I just didn't see that. But this one does have thread cutter. It has a manual needle threader, and it has needle up and down position, and then it also has the knee lift. Those are my main things that I use on the machine on a regular basis. Kevin talking about Sandy. It was so weird that we were ordering machines at the exact same time without even talking about it before to each other. And the only reason that Kevin knew that I had this machine was because he contacted me. And he contacted me because he couldn't find the link for my Sewing Machine Plus. Otherwise, he was going to be shocked on my birthday. At the same time, I'm trying to surprise everybody on my channel. He's trying to surprise me with his order, but he couldn't do it because he couldn't find the link. So it was just funny. All we could do was laugh and talk about we are just two peas in a pod. That was just ridiculous. Earlene Butler is here saying, hi, T and fellow quilters. Can I do Cash App for the payment for the book? How much again? It's $31 for the book. And make sure, if I just like for people to email me their mailing addresses. And that's because people move. I don't know that. So please, if you're sending the Cash App payments in, make sure that you also email me your mailing address. So I'd appreciate that. So thank you. Juki has a cutter on the foot pedal. That's nice. Now that's not on here. That is not on here. Now my Bernina has all kind of stuff that foot pedal can be programmed for. I never used it. Never set that up. I set up everything on the inside of that machine the way I wanted it. I never even touched that foot pedal. I didn't even care about that. So I don't think I'll miss that. I went fancy and got my Juki last year. Got the platinum edition for all the extra feet it came with. Yeah, and that was the edition that I would have been getting, the quilters edition. I just got the 12-foot HQ Amara Pro Stitcher and a TL 2010 Q Juki. I'm retired and I treated myself to get the best. Lots of happy sewing ahead of me. Don't be jealous. You can do it too. Yes, everybody, if you want something, you figure out how to get it done. If you got to babysit some kids, if you got to walk some dogs, you got to do some house sitting. I feel like anything that you want to do, you will figure out how to do it where it's the least stressful for you. Always do something that you like to do. Offer to make quilts for somebody, and people, with people that would be willing to pay. Then you put that money aside and do what you want to do with it. Okay, Sandy saying that her Cash App was sent. So I'll be getting some of those put into the mail tomorrow. I'm super late. T got the brother. Do you love it? I have no idea, Joe Carmel. I haven't sold a stitch. It came yesterday. Kevin and I are both doing reveals. We were ordering them at the same time. They arrived on the same day. We're revealing them on the same day. I just couldn't say anything earlier. T, you can buy the Oregon titanium needles on your account with Checker. They sell them and you can get yourself 100 pack. Yeah, I did get, I went ahead and ordered them off Amazon just because I wanted to have a particular size, but I do plan to go through Checkers and get my stuff that way. Yep. Looking at possibly getting a mirror with the Pro Stitcher as well. Talking to Nancy. How much do we need to pay? It's $31 for the book, shipping, and sew along advice. Okay? $31 total. Not on your list, please add me. I sent an email also. That's Deborah Holloway. Thank you. I will do that afterwards because I don't have any of that paperwork here. It's still bagged up from the stuff from Kevin's house. That's the same as mine for my 1600. That's Diane. That's a popular bobbin, won't cost a fortune. That's good. Okay. And I know I'm going to be ordering bobbins and stuff like that. So I just, I got 5 bobbins, I think I said. And I wind like 10 bobbins before I even do my first stitch. Whenever I run out of bobbins, I wind 10 bobbins. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm sewing something and needing to get something done and I got to, stop and wind a bobbin. Nope, I don't roll like that. So I will be having more bobbins. And Betsy says, can you bring me a book tomorrow for so long? I'll try to remember. Because she's on the list. I'll try to remember. We Quilt Studio says, my flat bobbins are from my singer class 15. And she says, my rounded ones are from my singer 66 and 201. And I can't remember. It's like I have so many bobbins. The only bobbins I have in this room that are not with the machines are ones that have color thread, like embroidery thread on them. And I don't think the machine I'm thinking of is not an embroidery machine. So I got all these different cases for different machines with, because sometimes I open up a sweatshop with my embroidery machines. I have 2 machines going at one time. But I don't have that one in here because the machine I'm thinking of does not have machine embroidery. It has embroidery stitches, but it does not have machine embroidery. So I was just making sure before if I could, it's right here, okay? Oh, they're different. They're different. Let me take one that's empty. It's this kind, and that's a class 15. I got this big old fly in here. It's dying. It's gonna die tonight. So that's the bobbin. I was thinking it was that bobbin, but it's not. My flat bobbins. And then somebody said, what is pin feed? It's like a X-Acto blade point that comes up when you set the machine to that position. And it's weird how it doesn't put holes in your material, but what it does is it grabs it from the back behind the foot and makes it so that it glides out straighter. It's helping as it's going through the feed dogs. That pin is going up and down, but it doesn't put puncture holes. So it's kind of weird. And like I said, I'm not an expert at it because this is all new to me. I just know that I watched a very good video. I watched quite a few videos on YouTube with this brother, but that was only one lady that actually went through the entire thing in one video. And I really enjoyed her video. Her and Maxi Doodle were my selling points for me getting this machine. Good night, Tiffany. She's saying good night to everybody, probably a long time ago. And good night, Rose. Oh my God, I'm so behind in chats again. And Heather says that she's on a spending freeze right now. Yes, and sometimes that's a part of life too. Thank you, Joe Carmel. Any word on retreat? That's from Sue GSD. I didn't even want to mention retreat because I kind of got a little mad. That's the thing I kept forgetting to talk to Kevin about today. I kept saying, what was it that you were supposed to talk to Kevin about? So much happened today. I had such a good time today that I forgot all about retreat. And that was a good thing because I was a little bit upset with this last place that I had contacted, was waiting, hoping that that would work out. Now, and this is one of those things that you got to be careful on how you word stuff. But sometimes things happen because people don't want you to use their establishment, okay? I call this place big establishment with hotel and convention center ballrooms attached, and in St. Charles, Missouri. And I called on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which day I called. It was on a Monday or a Tuesday of this week. And I was given, when you first call hotel talking about reservations, you're automatically going to go to room reservations. And so I went to them. And of course, because I'm doing a group thing, they have to send you to a group reservations, which is more your event planners. And so they sent me over to the event planner. Somebody answered the phone. It was probably somebody new, or maybe it was the secretary. Very pleasant, very professional. Took my information and said that he could not help me, that he would have the person who could do those type bookings contact me by Friday, that she was busy handling people that were doing last minute reservations for things. And so she would contact me for sure by Friday. Well, I left my phone number, and I get an email just telling me that they're not booking for 2024 yet. Now, every other place that I call could tell me what they had booked already for 2024. And that was all. And she said, is there anything else that I can help you with? Just let me know. 2 lines in an email after I have waited 2 or 3 days for a response, okay? Because I called on a Monday or a Tuesday. I can't remember which day now. So I emailed back. I didn't call. I emailed back and I said, could you please just give me some approximate rates for that time period so I can know what to tell my people? And she goes, I can't give you approximate dates because we don't have anything set up. Our current rates are this, and that's all she would say. Okay? I never heard anything else back from her. I don't expect to hear anything else back from her. I just felt like that was a closed door to me. So Mary is freezing. I hope everybody else is not freezing. So a lot of people are saying good night. So yeah, that's the status of my last place. And so I just didn't even want to be bothered with it. I have one other choice, and I just don't want to do my last and final choice. I don't even know if the dates are available. I'm just having a hard time with my last and final choice that I think that would work for the group. I'm just having a difficult time with that. So that was one of the things that I was going to talk to my dear friend Kevin about, because sometimes I have to bounce things off Kevin to make sure that I'm thinking realistically as well. Sometimes, I can take my own personal experiences into things, and I do think that that's part of life. You should take your own personal experiences into things. But I'm like, am I doing this overkill? But it's a lot of, I had a lot of issues with some things that happened this year that I'm, and I'm trying to, not do the same thing over again that I wasn't happy with in the first time. So that's one of my issues, one of my concerns. So I feel like sometimes uh, services aren't appreciated when they should be appreciated. And I would never treat anybody how I felt like I got treated. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And Joe going, yay, we going back to mercy. So I don't know. And I haven't even contacted them to have them hold my dates because I've been working since retreat trying to get other organizations to. I did take a week off and did nothing for retreat. And then I've spent the last, 3 weeks now? Almost 3 weeks trying to find another organization, and people were giving me, well, some people are giving me to run around, and some places just couldn't handle our group. And I'm not willing to go somewhere where I'm going to have bugs and all of that kind of stuff, which is with Todd Hall. The main room it's not air sealed, and so you get bugs coming in, and I'm not wanting to deal with that. You have bugs outside around your lights. I used to have to take outdoor like raid things so that I can hornet and wasp spray. I would have to take that and spray around everybody's lights by their bedroom doors, and it's just too much. I don't want to do that. And I'm not enjoying retreat. I already have enough to do without worrying about bugs. I kind of like that I've left Todd Hall and I don't have to worry about bugs, okay? So we won't be doing Todd Hall either, okay? So, thank you, Remo. So I don't know. It's always something when you're trying to plan something, and um, you have people that are for you and people that are going to be against you. So you got to do workarounds, and try to figure stuff out. And I thought about doing a workaround, but I decided, if I'm doing a workaround and spending that kind of money, I shouldn't have to be working around in it with another person to get something done that I want done. So I just decided, I'm not contacting that organization again. So in 2023, if you're contacting them about the dates that I want, those dates are going to be taken for 2024. I already know this. It's June. And I think they're lying anyway. So, good night, Earlene. Well, good night, Kathleen. um, Sue says, go with your guts. So thank you with that. Um, and Diane says, I feel like they're holding out for someone. Yeah, but I'm like, there is no way that an organization is not scheduling events 2 years out. They schedule weddings. Some places, if you want to be at a particular place with a wedding, they're scheduling weddings 3 and 4 years out. And this place does that kind of stuff. So there's no way in the world that June is going to be available on January 1st, because somebody else is going to already have it. So she's not, I'm not buying that. Um, So yeah, I just have certain things that I feel like I think I need to be treated a certain way from different organizations, and I'm just not willing to bring somebody um, that kind of money. Like I said, that The only other place was that one that was on the south side of St. Louis, which was all the way across town. It was like starting at $20,000 just for food, and so it probably was gonna be close to about by the time I got bus and then got rooms. When you're bringing businesses like $50,000 in that neighborhood, you need to do a little bit more for people. You want $50,000 and you can't even give me a guest room for free. I have a problem with that. So I'm not going to do that. I've decided I'm not doing that either. Even though, people felt like $2,000 for a 5-night retreat, a lot of people felt like that was worth it. I just feel like businesses, I know people that have ran or stuff, they got better room rates. I felt like our room rate was a laughing joke compared to other people that come in here with events and get room rates. So, yeah. You got to do a little bit more for me. If I'm bringing you $50,000, you can't even give me a room? Come on. I don't care how many rooms I have. You need to have 40 rooms before we'll give you a free room, and the hotel only has 203 rooms. So you want me to schedule a good chunk of your rooms, almost 25%, before you'll give me one free? That don't even sound right. So, yeah. So I don't know what we're going to do with retreat. I'll decide. I said that's going to be my Monday. I didn't even want to talk about retreat. I was kind of upset yesterday. And then, like I said, I didn't even regulate a telephone call, So I felt like they didn't want my business. So hold on. This fly is just buzzing around in a circle. I don't even know if you all can see it. Maria says that, I think I read that, says that her machine has the pin feed. I was just going back reading. I agree with you, Miss T. That's Remo JS. And this is the thing, too. The people who came to retreat this year, they can very well plan to be coming back to the retreat 2 years from now. But I'm going to tell you, the people that registered in 2020, every last one of them paid their deposit so that they could come back in 2022. I'm going to guess and say that I had out of 28 people, I had about 7 of those people that were able to actually make it in the end. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be that low, but I'm thinking we're probably easily going to have 7 to 10 spots available. And I had people on my list that I knew would come and knew would pay their money, and then they had things happen in their life. As you all know, I had 2 people that canceled within a week of retreat day. I was able to get a person to replace one position. The other girl lost her whole money because I couldn't get anybody because it was the day before, and I wasn't even looking for anybody because I'm packing cars to go, because we're leaving early in the morning to go start setting up. So I feel if you're on the wait list, always save your money, have your money ready, because I can't tell you how many times I went to my retreat wait list telling people that, somebody canceled like in March, and you're up on the list, and you can go, but you got to have all your money paid by the end of the month, because when I tell you what those deadlines are, that means that in the next week or two, I've got to pay money to somebody else. And I don't feel like it's right for me to pay money that you should have in that I'm paying to somebody else that I haven't even collected from you. I told people for 2 years, save your money, put your money aside, have your money ready to go. You got 2 years to plan to go to this retreat, even if you're not on the list right now. Plan, have your money ready, have it put aside. So that way, when retreat comes up, somebody has to cancel due to a medical problem for them, their family, or somebody has to move, or somebody, changing jobs and you can't get off. Things happen. Life is life. And so sometimes everybody that's on a retreat cannot make it. I had even my close friend Jennifer, her husband's father passed the week of retreat. She had to go to a funeral. So there was no way that she could attend because I had a free spot she could have sat in. But she couldn't come because she was going out of town. So things happen in life always, always, always. When I get these prices for retreat, start saving your money. Put your money up if you're one of those people that have to pay in installments. That way you're done. I did have about 4 people that paid their retreat all in one time. They didn't want to be bothered with me and my installment. Your due dates are due. You got a whole year. By the time I start telling you, you're going to have a deposit to hold your spot. That's going to be due this year. Once I make the contract, I got to send money in for them to hold my spot. So that's going to be due this year. And then I'm going to start next year early. We're going to have our money for retreat paid in early. Because I'm not going to be doing 2 months before retreat, still collecting money for retreats unless it's a cancellation. So we're going to have our money paid up early next year for retreat. So start saving your money now. That's the only thing I can tell people when you're saying, I can't afford to do this. You've got a year. Start saving your money. Put some money aside every month, every week, however you get paid. Start saving your money now. You might be one of those people at that point that pay your retreat all at one time. I'm not interested this year in funding people money until I can get my money back. I want you to fund your own self to go to retreat, not my check account funding your retreat and holding your spot. So, but yeah, you will be amazed at what happens when things get close to retreat. And then if somebody has to cancel because something like that happened and I can fund their spot, then you'll lose like your bus fee, whatever money I put aside for the bus, and whatever you always have a refundable fee. And that's because I've been collecting money, been communicating with you, sending you stuff, all of that kind of stuff. And so some of that is because whatever I send to the facility to hold, I can't get that money back. So yeah, you do have a non-refundable fee, and I try to keep it as low as I can. And then you will have the fee for the bus trip because that's separate than retreat. And so whatever I try to, if I had the retreat people pay for the bus, you would have been paying $150 for a bus ticket. So what I tried to do was open it up to my local quilters so that they could reduce the cost for the retreat participants. That meant that I didn't make money on the bus because I didn't feel it. And then on top of that, I had the nerve to give everybody snacks. But that's just how I do. So it wasn't important to me. I wanted everybody to be comfortable. I couldn't get enough people to fill the bus, but I got enough people that it made it so that we weren't in the red too much when I did retreat and the bus together. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. Start saving your money now. That, as Remo says, that I call it my quilting fund. It says, I wouldn't if she begged you now. Not happening. I don't know who June talking to, them or me, but yeah. Oh, she talking about me with that other lady that didn't call me back. Yeah. So that was me. I was on the wait list and got lucky. That's Joe Carmel. See, and when I had that first wait list, I probably had like 60 people on a wait list, and I only had 18 spots. I increased it, and those people finally gave me 10 extra spots. And then I still had a wait list. I went through that entire wait list because people didn't have the money to pay, because those spots started opening up as of January, and the retreat was in June, and people couldn't pay the payments after Christmas. Always save your money. Put your money up. Pay yourself first for something that you want to do. And then if you got extra money, you can buy a bag of potato chips. You'd be amazed at a soda, going to Starbucks every day. That stuff adds up. I'm just saying, if you want something, figure out how to get it. And y'all, I know I'm on here preaching, but y'all know me, right? I'm taking these words to heart, T. How much am I trying to say? I don't know what the rates are anywhere, but I would say this is how I do my things. whatever their fee is, I always try to add at least $500 on top of that. That $500 is my spending money. Now, you got to figure out, how are you going to get here? Are you going to buy a plane ticket? Or are you going to fly? Are you going to fly, or are you going to drive? So then you need to figure out your transportation on top of that. And that's why when I'm trying to get prices for stuff, I'm trying to get prices with housing and your retreat space together, and as much food as I can together. So that way you're not worried about those three things. Your basic needs are going to be taken care of. And then I don't go anywhere without $500 minimum of spending money, period. Because like when we were out for that day on the bus trip, you're paying for your 3 meals. We also had a Friday meal that we ate out that they had to pay for. This year, I'm going to try to put the Friday meal, have it included, so we don't have to worry about it, because COVID caused a problem with us having a large group. And I'm not aware of any place other than like Cracker Barrel that could feed a bus. And I'm not going to Cracker Barrel on Friday night with 28 people or more, okay? So we could do that any day. So I'm not interested in something like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and probably have them add the Friday meal in this year. But we will be not eating at the center on our bus trip days. Sue says, I call it Christmas tips. Yep. Whatever you call it, you got to, when people give you stuff, you get blessed one way. Sometimes I take money that I get blessed with and I go bless somebody else with it. But if you know that God knows that you want to go on a retreat and somebody keep blessing you, you put that money aside. You can bless somebody else after you go to the retreat, okay? Thank you, Larissa. Okay, so I think we're through here. We only got a couple more minutes left on here, so we're going to end, because y'all know I can get on here and talk and start preaching. And I'm going to go to the Modern Quilt Guild's quilt show tomorrow, and I'm going to try to videotape without having to cut, and maybe you all can see some video, because everything I got I have to end up cutting. And it's because I can't control what people do in a public setting. If somebody around me starts talking and I'm videotaping and they're saying something, I don't want, even if you don't know who it is, somebody locally might know that person's voice. And so then I have to cut out stuff, or I have to take the audio out of that part. So we'll see how this goes. I can never get anything recorded that don't need edited, because stuff is always happening around me. So we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to end here. If you're watching this video as an upload and you're on the list for the sew along, you can Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'm doing those things first. If you're somebody that just got to pay through PayPal, I'm doing those last, because PayPal fees have gone up, and I'm trying not to use PayPal as much as I can. So if you can pay through an alternative method, I would really, really appreciate that. And I don't know if there's another organization that I can go to that can assist me that's cheaper. But right now, PayPal is it. They are the main online payment source for the most part. So I'm trying to get as many people as I can out. So good night, everybody. I'm going to end here. I keep saying that, but I'm going to do it this time. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.